what have you found so far from the Yankees?
Well, I think Girardi has been great. I mean, he has really been good with everybody. I don't know, all these reports about he's been not great with the media. Now, of course, we covered him when he was a player in New York, and he wasn't exactly the most forthcoming guy, but he was always very professional. But he has really been upbeat, energetic, hardworking, anything you would want in a manager. And I'm a little biased because I did actually go to college with him. A little disclaimer there, but he is. I really think that he is going to be terrific. So that's the first thing that stands out in my mind as far as the Yankees go. And the other thing is the young pitchers. I'm hearing great things about Kennedy, and now it's early in camp, and of course Hughes. And Hughes is a very impressive kid. He's very, very mature, very bright kid, and I can see why they held on to these guys. They're going to be good. I really think so. Of course, it's a big gamble with all the rookies that they're depending on all together at once. That's the problem with it.
Right, and I know I don't know about Musino. I mean, I don't want to make a big deal about that, but I mean, you could.
Well, he was terrible last year. He wasn't very good last year.
Terrible.
Right, last year he was terrible, and his outing was awful. And he could tell you it's no big deal. But I remember early springs in Yankee camp, and he'd throw 19 shutout innings in spring. So I don't think it's a great sign. I know a guy like Jake Peavy who got hit around. He could tell you he's working on something. That's fine. He was a Cy Young winner last year. Mussina had a 5 ERA, and a lot of scouts think that he's done or close to done. So he comes in and has a bad outing. That's a bad sign, and that's definitely a concern there. And there's going to be more speculation on what they might have to do with Jabba based on what Mussina does. But they'd be better off with Jabba in that bullpen. There's no question about that.
I totally agree with that. How about you had a chat with A-Rod, huh?
Yeah, I talked to A-Rod the other day, and he kind of laid out why he only wanted to play for the Yankees. He really didn't want to go anywhere else, as we saw as he ran back to the Yankees soon after Hank Steinbrenner had said.
Well, who was he flirting with?
Well, the 6 teams I heard that were interested were the Mets, Red Sox, Dodgers, Angels, Giants, and Tigers. Now, the Tigers was kind of there was a hint of it, but they had said that they weren't going for him, but apparently that they were, and those were the 6 teams. My indication from talking to A-Rod is that he had some interest in all the teams, less so the Giants, probably because they don't look like a contender. Sorry about that.
No, you're probably right, John.
And the Tigers, a little bit less than the Tigers. I think he had at one point said something to Scott along the lines of, I'll be in Detroit. You have to go back to Newport Beach, but I'm going to be in Detroit. So I think that it was taken as a negative to Detroit. But I think the other 4 teams he was more interested in. I think the Dodgers and Angels were going to go big for him. Certainly the Dodgers were, and that may be where he would have wound up. But he made it clear to me that he really just did not want to go anywhere else. And I mean, I guess looking back on how things went, the way he ran back to the Yankees there, the first sign that they were maybe not going to let him come back, that shows you that he did want to be a Yankee and didn't really want to. Really, in his mind, he was never going.